Free school meals for every primary school child in the capital. That's the promise from the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. He says it'll cost £130 million and will benefit 270,000 children. The scheme will run for one academic year starting this September. Many have welcomed the news, but some have called for more action, while others have questioned the universal nature of the benefit. Our Work and Money correspondent Tara Welsh reports from one primary school in southwest London.
What was your favourite when you were at school?
I've got to be honest, I love tomatoey pasta, but you couldn't beat the custard and cake. Was fantastic. No lumps in the custard at all.
Memories of his time spent here, and he vividly recalls his experience of receiving free school meals.
One of the things that I still remember 4 decades on is the shame and embarrassment I felt going to get my free school meals token, eating a bit later from my mates who weren't receiving free school meals. And that stigma stayed with me. I think there are some things that should be available universally. You enjoying your watermelon? Nice. Sweet? Is it sweet?
It's giant.
He's announced free school meals for all primary school children in the capital. Using money from business rates, his office says it will help more than 250,000 children and their families through the cost of living crisis next year. Currently in England, all state school children can claim free school meals up to year 2. From year 3, some children still qualify for free school meals if their household is on certain benefits. But for some time now, campaigners have said the threshold is too low and many children living in poverty are going hungry.
We are seeing quite a fallout at the moment of parents really struggling with the cost of living, and this will be a huge lift, just such an ease of the pressure for them. We're seeing it at the gate every day, parents who are really struggling to make ends meet. So this is huge, this is a huge announcement.
I think every child should have the right to go home feeling happy, bright, and that they've been filled. I really like his idea because no child doesn't deserve to have a school meal.
Makes such a difference to the health of our country. If we fed our children.
I think all kids should get them. There shouldn't be kids sent in with packed lunches and stuff, so everything should just be equal.
If we're going to invest our money into anything, surely food for children is probably the best thing.
But critics say the Mayor's support excludes older children.
I do hope before the final budget that the Mayor reflects on that and finds a way in which to involve those families and offer support on a wider basis, because what we have here is effectively you'll have those families on lower incomes with older children paying for the meals of those wealthier families with younger children.
Beggars belief that my political opponents are criticising me for providing children below the age of 11 for a free school meal and not those above 11, rather than lobbying the government to do just that.
In a statement, a government spokesperson said, since 2010, the number of children receiving a free meal at school has increased by more than 2 million. Over a third of pupils in England now receive free school meals. It went on to say it's extended the National School Breakfast Programme too. Free school meals will be introduced from September for a year. It's hoped it will make a difference here and across the capital.
Well, Tara joins me now. Tara, while this is being welcomed by many, it's not without questions or concerns, is it?
Yeah, you heard some of them in my piece there, but other questions as well. So some concern from schools and others today about whether City Hall would fund the full cost of a meal or whether there'd be a gap for the schools to plug, which, as you can imagine, any head teacher worrying would be quite concerned about having to fund any kind of gap. Now, I've checked and I've checked again with City Hall, and they say that, no, they will cover the full cost of every meal, even if those meal costs go up with, you know, inflation and the rising cost of living. Now, another concern from youth education charity Impetus, it says it's in favour of the scheme, very much so, but is concerned about any unintended consequences. So currently, if you apply for free school meals, it triggers pupil premium, so funding for disadvantaged young people. Now, it says that with this universal free school meals, there might not be the same application, so schools could lose out on that funding. So that's a real concern for them. And I've asked City Hall this evening, and I haven't heard anything as yet, but often with these announcements, it takes a few days for all the detail to come out and be addressed.
And Tara, there are also questions around the timing of this. Why now?
I've heard a few people say today, well, there is an election coming up next year. Now, the Mayor says absolutely not. This is simply one of his priorities. Now, this is one of the biggest turnouts I've seen of the press today. And obviously, in the previous days and weeks, we've heard a lot about ULEZ. But on the whole, we're hearing lots of support for this scheme today.
Tara, thank you. Our Work and Money correspondent, Tara Welsh there.